So they can wear sandals now?
So now the coaches wear sandals.
No, but that was a Sunday, that's why.
Jesus, they can wear sandals.
It was Sunday.
It was a Sunday, that's why.
Yeah, Jesus wore sandals. What's the big deal? That's another thing, you know. One time I told one of my kids, I said, you need to cut your hair and you need to shave. This is enough. He says, Coach, Jesus Christ, I had a beard, long hair.
You didn't play football for him, that was it.
You know, so through the years, you know, you kind of, you know, and you kind of relax a little bit. And I see Coach Abel, you know, her and I go back a long way. She's just like me, you know, paramilitary with her kids and, you know, getting things done right. And through the years, you kind of think, well, what's the big deal? You know, the longer I'm coaching, you know, the coach is trying to ask, like, hey, Coach, you know, our practices are going down. You know, used to practice for 2 hours, now an hour 45, an hour and a half. Because we're going down to an hour and 15 minutes. You go home. I said, well, we're accomplishing everything, you know. So, you know, and even the kids goes, Coach, that's it? That's all we're going to practice? Yeah, that's all we're going to practice. You know, it's just, you kind of start putting things in perspective as you get older, you know, and you know, you just got to get things done, get what you need to do. And sometimes you're doing so much stuff, and, you know, I got a guy in, you know, our defense, he's a sophomore. He actually started last year as an offensive guard. And we moved him to defense. And yesterday, man, we were going at it, and another rep. Hey, let's get another one. All of a sudden, I hear somebody, "Ya coach, vámonos!" Who is that? You know, and it's just that. That's kind of the way I feel sometimes. "Ya coach, let's go." And coaches are one more coach. So. I guess I'm trying to just keep things in perspective now, and just, you know, it's just a game. I've been in you know, I've coached teams that have won championships and all, and yeah, I used to tell the kids that, you know, championships doesn't mean a hill of beans if you don't become successful as an individual, and you don't find out until you know, later on, after years of coaching, you know, those championship teams, whether those kids are done right. And you know, when you find out that those kids have gone wrong or anything like that, you know, you kind of get sour about stuff, you know, and you start thinking about, maybe I didn't, you know, press it enough about, you know, how important it is to be a good man and a good citizen, you know, and it's just, sometimes you just don't have control over everything. So. This year, we're a little more experienced on offense. Talking about our program, we're a little more experienced on offense, yet we're still young with half of those guys. We played with a bunch of sophomores last year and a couple freshmen, and, you know, and fortunately we you know, the dice rolled to our favor, and you know, we stayed up on top of our game and did well at the end. If you ask us what we're doing, you know, offensively, you know, you take some film from last year and film from 2 years ago when we're doing the same stuff, and may add a wrinkle or two. And you look at game tape from on defense from the Nixon years, or when I was an assistant to now, we're doing the same stuff. We just try to chop wood as hard as we can, and we did a little different things in the offseason. I think that's where, you know, the offseason is where everything lies. How different are we doing things in the off season? So I think this year, you know, some of our stuff, our track program got a lot better, and because I allowed it to get better. I think that as head coach, you know, you can allow certain things to happen in a track program, and then you might not. You know, so I've got knocked, you know, across the head a couple of times by our coaches, and made things happen. And I thought that was good. So we did some of those things that were a lot better. Brian Swain's our quarterback, Brian Swain Jr. I don't know if he's junior or he's just got a different middle name, but Brian Swain is one of our receiver coaches, and his son, Brian Swain, is our quarterback. And last year threw for, you know, a bunch of yards, and he's developed to be a lot better quarterback. He's making decisions, you know, and it's not, I don't think last year we had a problem with bad decisions, just no decisions. And that's where this year, you know, things are getting better for him. fullback, sophomore Xavier Skaggs, does a tremendous job. He's one of the best athletes that I've ever coached. And then RJ Awedo, the receiver, and Daniel Ramos. RJ is a senior, Daniel's a junior. And then Fernie is at the other receiver, inside receiver on the left side. Fernie is an all-star pitcher. I mean, he's a super pitcher for our baseball team. And I always thought that Fernie was going to get out sometime. Sophomore year, still here. Junior year, still here. So, and I asked him, I said, Fernie, by now I thought you'd be, puro baseball. He goes, no, my dad keeps telling me, but I'm still here. So, he's a great receiver for us. Real small, and he does a great job for us. Very intelligent individual. Bobby Bowen on the right side is also a junior, and he played as a sophomore last year, and he does a great job for us. Our offensive line is a little bit revamped, but I think that overall they're outstanding. One of our mainstays on defense is Liura Awedo. He's our defensive tackle, and he was the one that we brought from the offensive line. A guy that we didn't expect. Tony Moreno is the other defensive tackle. We didn't expect him to really develop as he did, and man, he was real surprising. So we're happy that that he's with us still. And our linebacker core is all new, and that's if there's any I guess things that we're going to look at closely is our linebacker core. But I'm going to say one thing about the linebacker. We got this linebacker that as he was coming up, we said well, this guy's going to be a good. Maybe we move the corner. Maybe we can put him over here. Maybe we can put him at safety. Maybe we can. Maybe he'll be a good scout team because he weighs about 115, 120 pounds, maybe. But man, that guy plays with so much passion. It is unbelievable. It is just unbelievable. I've never seen a football player like that. He's just a terror on the football field, and he's just so fun to watch play. His name is Alexis Flores, and he wears number 27. And he's just, if you see him, you're gonna think that it's a Pop Warner kid playing out there because he's about 5'4" maybe, and weighs about 120 pounds. But man, he's gonna sneak in those gaps and he's gonna get things done and pop right up, And sometimes he'll hang on and be carried for a while, but he knows that somebody's gonna come help. But he is an amazing individual as a person. He's a great student, and he's a great kid. Very, very honest and sincere individual, and I think that I'm gonna expect great things. I think everybody else plays or is trying to play with that kind of passion, and I hope that we can get there. Because if everybody can get to the passion that he's at, we're gonna be a great football team.